Okay, so I have here my heart that I've made, and I've got the opening. So I had the idea of top stitching, and I did top stitch one. Didn't like how it turned out, so I've decided that instead of top stitching this time, I'm just going to close the opening with a ladder stitch, and it's a good skill for you to have anyway. So if you make toys and cushions, pin cushions and all sorts, then it's something you want to finish and close up the project with a ladder stitch. So I've got my end, it's doubled over, so I've used two strands of thread with the needle dangling, and I'm going to just give a lick, lick my finger, roll the thread around my finger and just roll it off with your thumb. So just like the children do, rolling fingers after they've been up their noses. So what we do is we're going to insert the needle into underneath the seam, and we're going to pull it out like that. Okay, so it's gone beyond the stitches, so there are a couple of stitches there which clearly didn't back tack very well, but you will. And then we call this a ladder stitch because what we do is we go into the fold. So we've come out of that fold, we're going to go into this fold, go up the ladder and out, across the ladder on the rung, so we're going to form a rung and go up the ladder like that. And we're going to do that again. So across the ladder, make a rung, go up, and there, can you see the stitches being formed there? And you can do this as fine as you want. So these are about 1/2 centimetre long, my stitches, and because I'm on camera, I'm going to do them irregular and get myself into a mess. Now if you get yourself into a mess like that, so that's good that's happened, just poke the needle through. And the reason that's happened is because I've pulled a long piece out of the machine and just allowed it to tangle itself into my fabric. So don't worry if that happens. And if you get yourself in a tangle, just take your time and just untangle, and then just neaten that off. Okay, you could use beeswax on there if you have some. Just run a bit of beeswax, and I'll show you now. So I have some beeswax, and what you do is you just stroke your thread, so pop it on there and stroke your thread onto the beeswax, and then in theory you shouldn't have any problems now with tangling. So let's go back across the other fold, up the ladder, there we go, no tangles. Across the fold to the other side, form a rung, go up the ladder, and we just carry on. And it's such a good and easy thing to do, and I'm getting messy because I'm not paying attention. But can you see how the beeswax has made such a vast improvement to avoiding, actually I've gone past my stitching. So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to go through, and I've got my big loop, so I'm going to go through the loop, and then that will knot my thread for me. So I'll do that one more time, through and pull, and that knots it there for me, and that will secure my thread, and that will give me a heart for the neonatal care.